All right, so I finally pulled Aventurine. I got him all built up. So today we're gonna be taking him into the Honkai Star Rail Endgame. Gonna do our Endgame gauntlet here and see how good he. Well, I shouldn't say how good he really is because we all know how good he really is. But this is also kind of like my, I wouldn't say first experiences, but some of my first experiences when it comes to Aventurine as overall good, because he is an amazing sustain character. I'm gonna show him across two different types of team comps. One of them being follow up, one of them not being follow up, to show his power there, because we do know his follow-up comps are his best. But let's just, let's not stall, let's dive in, and let's see how he's going to do against all three of our endgame modes here. Alright, so first off, we're going to start in Pure Fiction, and this is going to be the one where I don't run a follow-up team. Instead, we're going to be running an Acheron dot kind of setup here. So Acheron, Kafka, Black Swan, and Aventurine. This is mainly just going to show us how Aventurine's going to perform in teams that are not follow-up based, because as we all know, follow-ups are his best team comp. So seeing how he can do it in a team that isn't based on follow-ups is also really good. I mean, Kafka does have a follow-up attack, technically, but we will see how he's going to perform. And also, this is good too for me to try to get a bunch of Pure Fiction, content with these endgame videos between now and the next Pure Fiction, because as you may have seen, Pure Fiction is going to be changing starting at 2.7. So we are going to get a lot of, well, not a lot, but we're going to get some new gameplay mechanics for it and everything. So it'll definitely be cool to see that. And I think it's going to be overall better for the game. But enough with that. For this, for this Pure Fiction showcase, I am running a slightly different build in the Aventurine. All the relics and everything are the same. I'm just running Trend of the Universal Market as a light cone over what I'm going to be running for the rest of the video, which is Japard's signature. And I'm running Trend here just to give more chances for Acheron to get her / dream stacks, so we can get her ultimate more often. And something else I'm also going to show later in the video as well, which I probably could have done here, but it is what it is not putting Aventurine as the fourth character instead of putting him in the middle for those fights where they're going to hit multiple enemies, or the enemies are going to hit multiple allies, because that way you're going to be able to get even more of Aventurine's blind bet stacks from people getting hit. Which is always nice because he is going to have the highest aggro value since he has preservation. So having more chances for that is going to be really good as well. So I didn't do it here, but we'll definitely do it later on. But yeah, we are already almost halfway through Wave 2 here, which is pretty crazy, in all honesty. And Aventurine's follow-ups definitely, obviously not doing the most damage or break ever, but they are definitely helpful in just getting a little bit of extra damage in as well. So, yep, we get hit there. Yeah, and also, this Pure Fiction, for the most part, doesn't have too many enemies that hit multiple of your characters, so it's not that big of a deal that I have them on the end there. But yeah, we'll definitely, when we go to MOC, I want to try Aventurine in one of the middle two slots, because MOC is where it can get kind of crazy. Well, for the fight we're going to go into, because we are going to fight, spoiler alert, but we're going to go into the Hoolay fight when we do MOC, and that fight can get kind of crazy. Alright, so Aventurine gets another follow-up here. Now, also do want to point out, even though I don't have it, but if you have Aventurine's signature light cone, he is able to apply a debuff when you activate his follow-up attack, and that would also be even better for these Acheron comps as well. So it's something important to keep in mind if you are someone who is either you have his light cone, you're thinking about getting it, and you have the resources for that. If you're going to be running him beyond follow-up teams, it can also be a good investment for something like that if you need those debuffs to be put on as well for Acheron. So that is a good thing to have for sure. And plus, a lot of the time with Aventurine, it's going to be very few situations where you see his shields just drop completely. Because of how often he can get his follow-up attack to reapply his shield effect, it's going to be very rare for characters to take damage. Acheron there taking a little bit of damage is still kind of crazy to me. Now, I don't have as much experience with Aventurine just because, I just pulled him, but he is definitely, and Acheron got frozen again. That's just RNG not being good for me, but at least she was right there on the turn order. Yeah, pretty much for that, it's going to, Aventurine shields, they give the extra effect res. My traces aren't fully maxed, but they are pretty high up enough. So that is just unfortunate RNG for Aventurine there, but we are getting a good amount of points already. And depending on how often we can get debuffs, maybe we can hit a 40k. It is a bit tough since Acheron got frozen twice, but let's see. We do still have a few more attacks coming in here. Plus, also with us, with the Purification effect, advancing the enemy's action every time we hit them, that's more opportunities for us to get hit as well in Aventurine, so more opportunities for the Light Cone effect to proc as well. So we do love to see that. There shouldn't be too many more ads left. Yeah, let me get a break there. That's perfect. Yeah, I think these should be the last like few ads, right? Yeah, perfect. Oh, good. No, there was one more. There's one more. But that's nothing too crazy at all. Now, pretty much, I doubt I'll be able to get another Acheron. Oh, yeah, we're not gonna get another Acheron over here. Okay. Which is still fine. We're gonna get just a little bit more from Aventurine, and we're gonna get his ultimate off, which we do love to see. But yeah, it's not gonna be a 40k run. But I do think with a little bit more investment, which as you guys will see when I do the Acheron endgame video, my Acheron is nowhere near amazing. So actually, but hold on, could we clutch it? Hold on. Oh, okay, no, we could not clutch getting hit a second time Aventurine. We almost clutched that. Yeah, 35,000, almost 36,000 there from Aventurine on a non-follow-up team is very solid. So we definitely do love to see that. All right, next up we have Apocalyptic Shadow here, and we're gonna be using the follow-up comp right here of Fei Xiao, March 7th, Robin, and Aventurine for both this fight and also the MOC one. So let's get right to it here. We are going to, March's technique, Robin's, and then we use Aventurine twice to just try to get as good of a defense buff as we can. All right, so for this fight, we just got to get through these ads here. I don't think, especially with how Aventurine shields are, I don't think it makes too much of a difference of which one of these two you start with, if I'm being honest. So I always just start with the one on the left, but I'm going to get Robin's skill up, get March's skill up on Fei Xiao. Also getting March's ultimate is very nice. So we do love to see that. And same kind of strategy as, this team normally does if you've seen me use this team here before, because this is not the first time I've done this Kafka fight for content here. So we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna wait to Robin ult because March is gonna advance up here by herself. Plus Aventurine's follow up also being there is very nice. So here we get a March enhanced basic, and then we will Robin ult to get the most out of that. Cause I want to get another turn with March there, which we do get here. Here actually, you know what? Let's use the ult because we are about to get the break. With the first hit, we can deal some solid damage with the other hits here. I do have easier S1 Fei Xiao, so she can do a lot of really good damage. And so with skill, got all these follow-ups going. And then we'll go Aventurine. I'll save Aventurine's ultimate for now because March is gonna basic and then get her enhanced basic. So I think with the Aventurine ultimate plus Fei Xiao and March having their ultimate as well, we should be able to get Kafka's toughness bar really down. Plus also, Aventurine's ultimate does make them take more crit damage. So that's also going to be a really good thing to have. Now, is this enough to break Kafka right away? No, it's not. We're very close, but not quite there yet. Yeah, so bring it right down. Doing some alright damage. Oh, and then Aventurine's follow-up. That's actually amazing. Aventurine's follow-up coming in clutch there. And the Robin ult as well. Yeah, we are really doing good here. For Fei Xiao, I'm only going to use one of her ults for now because I want to keep at least one, like 6 of her charges ready for when we hit the second wave here, or the second phase of the fight. Now, I do also kind of want Robin's ultimate to wear off before we go into the second wave, just so we can ult right away once we get there, and so we can really quickly deal with those ads, which I think we might barely miss out on that because March is going to do a ton of damage here. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. We are going to take a little... Well, I would say we're going to take a little bit of damage, but the shields are going to take a little bit of damage because shoutouts to Aventurine there. And another follow-up attack to bring those shields back. So Robin, we're actually already at max skill points. So let's just ult again. Why not? Why not, right? Bring everyone up. Let's start with you, because getting a bunch of hits in on this guy is really good, because then he's just gonna do his whole like explosion thing and deal damage to himself, which we do love to see from him. Yep, so he'll damage himself. I'm gonna keep the next ult here on Fei Xiao for the other dino, which is Aventurine basic, March basic into ultimate, and that should take out this dude. Which we are making really good time here as well, because for Apocalyptic Shadow, you want to keep that action value as high as possible and try to do it as quickly as possible. So us still being above 1800 with this much progress onto the second phase of Kafka, that's still really good. And Aventurine is doing wonders at keeping us alive. So that is something I am really happy about. Yeah, I think I'll do the same thing here. I'll keep Aventurine's ult around, because considering the fact that we have Fei Xiao coming up here, we'll be able to just ult against Kafka. Yep, perfect. We're gonna get hit there. Actually, that's good that that happened before my ult, so I can possibly get another follow-up if it gives me enough stacks. It did not give me enough stacks. All right, it is what it is. Robin's ult not being up right now is okay, because the main thing is just getting the toughness bar down, which we should be able to get here. Yeah, especially with March ult here. And then we're going to get the... Actually, you know what? For max damage, we are going to ult with Fei Xiao, and then we're going to get all our ultimates back. Yeah, that's going to be the best way to do this. And then we get the Robin ult up. And that is the Kafka fight for Apocalyptic Shadow. Very straightforward with the Aventurine team. And as you see, we took no damage. And having the Japard Light Cone is definitely helpful in that, since we're really just not going to, we have about 4,500 defense, so that's really just not going to take damage in most, if not all, situations once you give him the time to build up his shields up a ton. So we do love to see that. I'm going to let March attack, and then we're going to finish off here with Fei Xiao ultimate. This should be enough to kill with the Robin ult up. Oh yeah, definitely. And with a pretty strong score there, that was, yeah, 3684 is very solid for Apocalyptic Shadow for sure. For one side anyway, because then there's a whole second side to do as well. Alright, and for our last showcase of the video, we are going to be fighting against Hoolay here in MOC, which this is my favorite boss fight in the game right now. And that's just for the reason that Hoolay just does so many attacks. And I feel like that's something that we kind of need for bosses. Because I feel like for a lot of the characters we have, we just do a lot to them. And, they're kind of just there taking it. But Hoolay can put in some work. And this fight can definitely seem scary if you're not ready for it. Yep, so we start up here. I also, like I said, we are putting Aventurine in one of the middle two slots here to see how much that's going to impact us. And I think it's going to be the most impactful for this fight, because he is going to be able, at least Hoolay and his minions, they do hit multiple allies. They do either blast attack or AoE, so we should be getting a ton of stacks from Aventurine as well here, which is going to be really nice. I'm going to focus on the ape over here just to get him out of here. Especially with our shields not being like super built up, we do want to try to do what we can against him. So we are going to, yeah, just do all these attacks here. Also get Fei Xiao's follow-up on her ultimate. I'm not trying to play games against this thing, because I did a test run before where I let him hit me while my shields weren't like super built up yet, and it's not fun. It is not fun, so we are not going to play around with that. We get the Aventurine follow-up, which, by the way, my whole like outlook on this team with Aventurine, in my mind, I'm fully comparing it to when I was using Huo instead, which, keep in mind, both of them are extremely good. They are, without a doubt, the two best sustains in the game right now. But, because like the main thing, the benefit of using Huo is the energy she gives. But for this follow-up team specifically, I think my Robin gets a similar amount of energy from how often Aventurine is doing his follow-up attacks, which is pretty crazy to think about. So it is nice to have my freed up as well, so I can use her on other team comps while using Aventurine over here on follow-up. And also having Aventurine for other comps as well is really nice. All right, so here, oh, this dude's still alive. That's crazy. I'm really wasting an ult on him. That's I'm not trying to have a bunch of the buff hits go to him. Yeah, there we go. You get a bunch of hits on you. Follow up kind of destroys this enemy. Now I'm thinking about it. Just because you want to hit her multiple times. So you know what? We do love to see that. But the main point here is just building up my shield as much as I can. And honestly, just hoping for the best. Yep, so here we are going to get hit a bit. Not the biggest deal in the world, but we are going to have to go into the next cycle, which I really didn't want to have to do. But it is what it is. What's going here? Yeah, it's going to save the ultimate from Fei Xiao because we don't really need to proc it right now. March is going to get her enhanced basic, do a ton of damage. And I'm just making sure we are ready for when Hoolay comes out, because once Hoolay's here, it is going to be a fun time. We'll put it that way. Eventually another follow-up. Our shields are getting pretty beefy here, which is nice. Let's do this into the ultimate. Is the ultimate going to be enough? We also don't have Robin's ult up yet, which is a little concerning, but not the biggest deal in the world. Alright, we have Fei Xiao's ultimate fully built up. Not going to use it until we get Robin's up as well. Yeah, but Aventurine taking all of it. See, this is what I like about this Hoolay fight. He just loves to hit. He loves to deal damage, and that's what I love to see. Especially when we're testing out a preservation character like Aventurine. Because the main goal for him is keeping the team alive. And this fight is amazing to show that. Plus, we're going to make him take some extra crit damage here, too. So, we do love to see that. Then March will basic. And now we'll finally use that ultimate here. And now we're just going to put in some work. We're going to double Fei Xiao ult, just straight up. So I'm trying to deal as much damage as possible to Hoolay. And do it again. Yeah, we're going to get this break on him pretty quickly here. Plus the Aventurine follow-up. He doesn't have the weakness type for this fight, but his main goal is to keep the team alive, so I'm not too worried about that. Plus with the exo toughness, the types don't matter once we get the initial break, so that is also very helpful. Alright, so Aventurine can just basic, and yeah, I haven't like noticed it yet, but you guys probably have not seen me use his skill a single time, and that's because you don't have to. As long as you have enough defense on him, and you're getting his blind bet stacks from being hit, and also for follow-up teams by using like your follow-ups, you really don't need to, yeah, you don't really need to worry about that. And like I was saying with Robin too, look how much energy Robin has gotten during her ultimate. And I'm not running an energy light cone on her. Let me actually pull her up real quick. I'm pulling the free-to-play one with the attack bonus and the ultimate damage. So we're not getting, the only extra energy we have is from her, is from relic stuff. So Robin is still, thriving with this kind of build as well. Plus also with her probably getting hit whenever Aventurine getting hit, that is also helping too. Yeah, but here, let's get this off. Yeah, we get rid of all his stacks. He's going to get pushed back a little bit. Not enough for Aventurine to ult there, but now, alright, now he will. Plus also his follow-up, just dealing that bit of extra damage. We could also break his minions, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do that. It's not that deep, to be honest. And I'm just trying to save Fei Xiao's ult, if possible, for the next health bar here, which we should be getting to in a second here. But yeah, he's doing all these attacks. We are living. Robin's about to hit her ultimate again. And as you see, the shields are sustaining us. They're keeping us alive here. Alright, we got there. Let's ult with Robin. And now, let's do the same thing we did before. Double Fei Xiao ult right here. But yeah, as you can see, like even without Topaz, this team is performing really well. Which is amazing, honestly. Now, do I want to get Topaz? Of course I do. But Aventurine just really takes this team to the next level. Because outside of like a few like niche times where I've gotten hit, out of not just this MOC run, but all three of the events I did for this video, I really just haven't had to like worry about like, oh, I'm gonna take damage here, or oh, my shield might fall off here. Aventurine shields are crazy, and this isn't even like my Aventurine fully built up. I do have a few more trace levels to put into him, and of course I could try to get relics that have more defense on them as well. So it is really nice that you can play him very SP positive and still get this much mileage out of him. As you see, yeah, because a lot of the enemies are hitting multiple of my allies, we are getting a ton of blind bed, and that's making our shields, you know, get reinforced more and more, which we do love to see that as well. We got the break. And they're gonna hit us. We're gonna get another follow-up. And see, even though the shields for March and Robin were a bit low, I'm not super worried right now. Like, obviously, the situation could be a little better, but, you know, it is what it is. And Hoolay is almost dead here. Now we just kind of gonna have to take the hits. Take the hits, get the shield back up. For Robin here, we're just gonna skill so I can use her ult again. And that should pretty much wrap it up. Yeah, because we can face out ult and then just get all our damage in. So that is Aventurine. I am going to show off the build right after this as well, just so you all can see what I'm rocking with. Obviously, if you have his signature light cone, he is going to perform overall better. I actually realized too, I actually forgot to switch off his light cone between doing Pure Fiction and this, because you guys are seeing it a bit out of order from what I actually did. So my shields could have been even higher there. So that is another thing to look at as well. We still have 23 cycles left, so we do love to see that. But yeah, let me show off the build for you for Aventurine. So he is rocking, so yeah, this is what it was looking like with the Trendy Universal Market light cone, but let's switch that out for the Japard signature, which is what I'm going to be running pretty much all the time for him. So yeah, with that, nearly 4,500 defense. I have him at 93.4% crit damage. With his trace, he's going to be up above like nearly 60%. Crit rate would be like 58, something like that. Yeah, 58, 59, so pretty solid. Obviously, crit damage could be a little better, and crit rate could probably be a little better, but nothing too crazy. Then for, yeah, light cone we talked about, it's S1 Japard light cone, so he's getting a bunch of defense from that. Traces are not maxed out yet, so we can still get some extra scaling on his stuff here, but I got all the stat ones. Relic-wise, we're running the 4-piece Knight of Purity Palace set for the extra defense and shield damage, as well as 2-piece Broken Keel, since that is basically just free crit damage for the team because he's able to give himself a ton of effect res on his own shields. Then lastly, we just pulled him. He is E0. I'm not going to be chasing any Eidolons though. I'm sure he has good Eidolons there. But even at E0, Aventurine is really good. So let me know what you all think about Aventurine's kit and his overall, you know, gameplay here. But I want to thank you all so much for watching. I am going to be doing this, you know, end late game gauntlet video for Acheron in the next few days, so be sure to check that out as well. And if you want to see more content from me, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button. But thank you all so much for watching again, and I will see you all next time.